Boom, I'm in the room. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Everyday Conversations Regarding Mental Health. Now, you're here because there's nothing on the telly. And I'm here because I've made a mess. Got it wrong. I don't know what I did. Something went wrong. The one I had all lined up to go, it didn't. But there you go. Anyway, I'm now coming live to you from the old Heale Manor. And I'm your host, Lord Heale. Now, tonight. Oh, notice the new thing in yellow there and red and blue. That's my new radio station. So have a look at that. Get hold of the old tune in. Not now, wait until after the show. So you know this show's all about mental health and taking the stigma out of it, etc, etc, etc. Always looking for guests. So if you want to come on as a guest, and talking to guests, I have a guest tonight. Now we're going to talk about veterans charities. So without too much further ado, let's bring him in. Boom, you're in the room.
Hello, Tim. How are you doing?
Good, thanks, Dean. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Loving the British summer finally here, so loving the weather.
Yeah, got out on the bike this afternoon just for a quick mince around.
Nice.
Yeah, it was all right. It's a good fun. So, Dean, you're a veteran like myself. Yep. So, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your service, what happened to you after you come out, and then I'll come back in and we'll have a chat about what charity work we're doing and stuff like that.
Sure, no problem.
So the platform is yours.
Thank you. So my name's Dean Griffin. I was an Army veteran. I served in the Royal Logistic Corps as a drops driver. I served also in Bosnia in 2000 and Iraq in 2003. Just found out that me and Tim served at the same place at exactly the same time in Basra. When I came back from Iraq, I found it incredibly hard to sleep. Sleeping, 1 hour a night, having nightmares, as many people do. And I ended up getting medically discharged because I was no good for the army anymore. So that's what they done with me, got me medically discharged, and I was on disability. Carried on lorry driving for a little while. And then after a while, I couldn't carry on working because I couldn't sleep, and obviously not sleeping plus driving is not good. So I had to start from square one. I started at college and I retrained from square one to be an electrician, which is what I'm doing now. And then alongside that, I've done a lot of charity work, and I started up a travelling veteran charity. And I'm sure we'll go into that in a bit.
Brilliant. Now, just funny old thing, we was in Basra at the same time in Iraq.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's just one
bizarre.
Yeah,
Small
crazy,
world.
isn't it?
And I used to mince around in a big old V8 GMC Envoy. Using a lot of fuel on them things.
Yeah, we had a White Fleet GMC van. I'm not sure what model or whatever it's called. We were just brand new White Fleet, stuck out like a sore farm in the middle of Iraq, and take shots at us, no problem.
We had two of these GMC, and because I had to travel around a bit, and we used to go up to Alamara. We had to fly there. Because it was a bit dodgy. I went to Al Kabir, which was that nice little town that had a really horrible vibe about it, where they murdered the 6 monkeys.
Yeah.
But we used to go up to Samwa, to the Dutch, who had the Japanese there. First time the Japanese had ever operated outside Japan since the Second World War.
Wow.
And the funny thing about that, before they arrived, we went up there a couple of 3 times to help them with a campaign to let the locals know that the Japanese were coming, and they were coming there not to as peacekeepers or anything like that. They were coming there to do some engineering tasks. They were going to, I think, rebuild a school, and they were going to put some infrastructure in. And the funny part about it is that they couldn't drive themselves anywhere. So what they did, they put their vehicles on the back of low loaders, and they drove them out to where they needed to be. And there was a big security operation around these Japanese. The last thing they wanted is for a Japanese soldier to get slotted or something like that, which would cause a massive incident.
Yeah, of course it would, yeah.
But to get up to Asamoah, we had to go through Nasiriyah. So I did quite a lot of work with the Italians. And we always, for some reason, it always took us at least 2 days. So we had, or 3 days. So we had to drive to Nasiriyah, had to spend the night there with the Italians, and then go up to Asamoah the following morning, do the bits and pieces there, and then come back down to Nasiriyah for another night with the Italians.
Yeah. I bet you had some good food. Good food. You had some good food.
The Italians really looked after us well. And I mean, the work we were doing there was going out to see the Iraqi police service. So we got to see lots of Iraqi police service chiefs and all the rest of it. Yeah, it wasn't clever, wasn't funny, but somebody had to do the dirty job.
So unlucky, isn't you?
Oh no, and then I found myself back in Afghanistan on Herrick, is it 5? 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah.
2005-06, I was there. And then I went back again in 8-9. I really enjoyed that. I mean, I was in Kabul in 2002, and that was a good time there. Yeah. So anybody out there's watching, give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're there. Say hello in the comments. If you've got any questions for us, pop them in the comments, and we'll do our best to answer them. So, Dean.
Yeah.
Charity work. Lots. Well, not a lot of people know that there are somewhere around about 2,000 charities just directed towards the military.
Is there really? Country. I didn't know that. I'm going to make a note of that. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
There's about 2,000 different charities specifically aimed at the military.
Oh wow!
And I mean, from very small ones to the big ones. Obviously, the big ones is the RBL and Forgotten Veterans, Blind Veterans UK. Those sort of big charities. And there's lots of small ones. I mean, we've got a fairly, I'll say small. It's a reasonable sized one down here called Veterans Outreach Support, and they provide clinical help and all the rest of it, along with a lot of other sort of meetups and all the rest of it. They have a drop-in centre once a month. Brilliant charity.
Good, brilliant.
So you're involved with a charity. What's that?
So as I was going through my disability problems and I had to go to retrain at college, one of the things I had problems with is obviously you have to be on benefits, and I was working with the job centre, trying to get benefits and all that. The job centre didn't want me to go to college. They wanted me to find a job, sweeping up or cleaning or whatever. You know what you like, don't care. But I had my eyes on a bigger goal of being an electrician, so I've got a job for life then, and I'll be my own boss, and then I'll be able to look after myself and not have to rely on benefits anymore. Because I couldn't I couldn't go to work, and I've made myself sort of unemployable, if you like, in the job centre's eyes. They weren't able to help me, and that's when a charity called the Veterans Charity stepped in and helped me. I was literally on back foot, and within 24 hours, I had an Asda delivery at my door, and my fridge and all my cupboards was full of food. So since then, I've really helped. The guy's name's Danny Greeno. He's a top guy. Hopefully, you'll get him on this podcast at one point. He's got amazing stories to tell you about how many veterans he helped. And it will definitely come on, I'll guarantee you. And since they've helped me, I've given back much more, because what they do is they provide a link, or the help. If you know anything about charities, you get a lot of red tape while they're checking the people out, getting them funding. It can take months.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that luxury, and they need help right there and then. And that's where the Veterans Charity steps in, and they often get help within the first 24 hours. Once they've verified that they've served and they need whatever they need, they'll get it as soon as possible. And that's why I really like the Veterans Charity. They're really helpful, really helped me, and that's why I support them, and I've supported them since, and I've helped raise loads of money, in particular through certain things like last year we took part in the Veterans Banger Rally, where we drove all the way from Dover. There was about 90 of us in about 35 different cars. We drove from Dover to Gibraltar, and we done that over about 7 days. It was a massive thing. This year we're doing another one, but it's going to be in the UK, starting in September, from September the 2nd till September the 7th, and it's called the Veterans Honour Rally. I'm sure you'll put a link below.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you just do a search for the Veterans Honour Rally, you can find out all the information. Luckily, the Veterans Charity are one of the 5 main charities that are going to benefit from everyone's donations this year. But I will personally be donating and raising money for the Veterans Charity.
Brilliant. So this run then, I mean, 90 people, 30 vehicles. I mean, that's about 3 people a vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. We only had 2 people in our vehicle, but some vehicles that had like 4 people in. You know, one guy was a Chelsea pensioner. He'd done it on his own, and literally, he's a great guy. If you check out my YouTube channel, you'll see all the videos from the Veterans Banger Rally last year, and I will be filming the Veterans Honour Rally again this year. It's gonna be bigger and better this year. Next year, there is a rumour it's going to be even bigger.
When does it leave?
Well, this year.
Yeah.
So we're going from September the 2nd. We're going to be starting off at the National Memorial Arboretum, and we're going around some of the top UK places. It's mainly southern England, Skegness, Brighton. Apologies if I miss anything. Someone's going to kill me. And then we're driving pretty much all around the place. And we're going to end up in Heale in Northern Wales, and we're taking part in it's like a festival, a parade with loads of floats, all our cars going through town. We've got loads of people. If you're anywhere local to Heale, then pop down on the Sunday. It's a Sunday. I'm not sure if it's September the 7th or it's a Sunday after that. I'm sure if you go to Veterans Honour Rally on the website, on the Facebook page, you'll find all the information there. It's going to be massive, and next year is going to be even bigger.
Brilliant. Well, I'd love to join you this year. Unfortunately, I've got something else planned.
Oh, and what is that?
I'm going to be jumping on the old, the brand new Himalayan that's already got over 4,500 miles on it.
Wow.
And I'm going to be heading to Butty, Scotland. And I'm going to be doing the North Coast 500.
Wow.
But tying that in with doing John O'Groats to Land's End.
Wow. That's going to be good.
That's going to be leaving on the 31st of August.
Yeah.
From down here in Godsport. I'm going up to Tring. We've got the Royal Anglian Regiment, Regimental Rugby on that day.
Okay.
And we're taking on Tring Rugby Club, which should be a brilliant day. It's a brilliant day.
Nice.
And I'll be camping that night. And then Sunday morning, pack up and shoot over to Duxford for the regimental gathering on the 1st of September. When I finished that in the afternoon, I'm heading up for Squire's Caff at Sherburn in Helmet. Camp there for the night before going on doing some stuff on the way up to Scotland.
Wow.
So
that's going to be good. Yeah, you said 4,000. You said 4,000 miles. We done in 3 weeks. So it took when we went to Gibraltar, we drove to Gibraltar. I stopped in Benidorm for a week on the way back. Now I drove back. So in 3 weeks, we done 4,000 miles. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Crazy amount of mileage.
I know, it soon mounts up.
Yeah.
So I've just done a big tour, 3,500 miles. We started off in Normandy on the 1st of June.
Yeah.
We had a couple of days there, and then I did 3,500 miles to get back, and did a lot of videoing. 18 videos are up or releasing on a Tuesday and a Friday or Saturday for the next few weeks. There's a few already gone up, but so tune in to watch the whole series. Visited lots of battlefield sites, Dachau, Stalag Luft 3, where the Great Escape and the Wooden Horse went from, the new Danish Resistance Museum in Copenhagen I did, Stalag XB. Not a lot of people know about Stalag XB, but it's where they kept the merchant and Royal Naval prisoners during the Second World War, along with about 300,000 others that went through there, and it was a labour camp.
Right.
It was actually a labour camp, so they don't know how many people escaped from there. They don't have a huge amount of information, but the camp, some of the camp infrastructure is still there, and there's a little museum, so that'll be coming out in a few weeks' time. Then I did Overloon, I did Waterloo. If you've never done Waterloo, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
And there's a big hill that you can climb up with a lion on the top of it. That's a bit of a lick.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I did Tyne Cot and the Menim Gate. That's quite a moving ceremony, the old Menim Gate. 8 o'clock of an evening, and it's every day of the week. And
Wow.
yeah, what they'd like you to do is, if you want to go and lay a reef there or anything, what they ask is that you try and let them know in advance, so they can roughly work out how many people they're going to have laying reefs. But you can just turn up with a reef and lay it, and they'll fit you in. They won't turn anybody away, which is really good.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the Menim Gate, and that's something that I'd like to do at some stage in the future. Get a group of veterans together, nip over for an evening, and plant a few dubris, reefs.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things I'm going to do next year is drive from the UK to Bosnia, which is quite a way, because I served in Bosnia as well. It's such a beautiful place. I just want to see loads of countryside and
Wasn't when you was there, I know.
It was all right. It was, compared to Iraq, it was a holiday camp, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As you know. So, yeah.
Well, I only did 2 weeks in Bosnia. I popped in for 2 weeks to see Radio Oxygen, which we were running at the time in the metal factory in Banja Luka.
Yeah, I know that, because I was on it as well. I was on that as well. I used to DJ in the metal factory. There was I've still got a sticker on my thing, Radio Oxygen. I remember that. Yeah. In the factory, there was like a nightclub. I think we called it Finley's, or I can't remember what you call it now. But yeah, I used to DJ there, and there's like a Weatherspoon sort of thing on site. It was really good. And being a DJ was a pretty cushy number, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I'd only popped up from Kosovo because I was helping out on a radio station briefly in Kosovo, which was Radio Galaxia, we called it down there. And then we handed it over to NATO, and they called it NATO Radio or something, which I think, don't know whether it carried on. But I did a year in Kosovo.
Wow.
In 1999 to 2000.
Wow.
2 tours back to back.
See, I was in Bosnia in 2000, so we were probably there at the same time as well. So
yeah.
Wow, isn't that amazing?
Paths have crossed.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know that, would you?
No,
That's amazing. Yeah, good.
but
So
the following
also,
year I was in Macedonia
oh right,
when
got you.
9/11 happened. 5 months
Oh,
later, I'm flying into
okay,
Kabul.
right, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So also, whilst you're speaking about charities as well, one thing I'd like to say is the veteran charity, along with many other charities, they rely a lot on donations, but they wouldn't be able to do half the work that they have done if it weren't for people like the volunteers. The
yeah,
volunteers, people that raise the money, do the welfare caseworking, and all that. Most of them are not paid, and that makes your pound that you donate go even further. So them people are really the unsung heroes, if you like, of charity work.
absolutely. I mean,
Really good.
it's a sad state of affairs when the government should be looking after veterans,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
don't, and it's the charities that pick up the pieces.
Do you know
And
what that annoys me?
you hear it so many times from so many veterans that when they leave the services, they drop like a hot potato,
Yeah,
and
I remember.
the government don't want to know.
No, that is exactly what I had. I came back from Bosnia. Right, I came back from Bosnia, and went to the housing council place, and I said, can I have a flat? My wife's pregnant. We're going to have a baby anytime soon. Can I have a flat? No, because you've not been in the country for the past 6 months. I've been in Bosnia with the army, and that
Doesn't
sounds
count.
stupid, but things like that are happening even today.
Yeah,
Sounds stupid. Isn't it?
absolutely.
I'm
When
seeing
when
that
I
every
came
day.
out, I left in 2018. I I went. I wasn't in a fit state to work. Basically,
No.
I was a physical wreck when I finished, having spent 8 years as a welfare officer.
Yeah.
I went to the job centre to see if there's anything I could claim. I could claim job seekers allowance, but I'd have to be actively seeking work.
Yeah.
I was entitled to nothing,
Yeah.
absolutely
It,
nothing. It's
it's
just
a joke.
come over on a dinghy, you get everything.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's it. I remember even on my when you go to med board. I'm not sure if you was medically discharged, but if you're on the med board, sit in front of a couple of elderly
yeah,
doctors, if you like. I don't know. And I said to them, "Okay, now I'm discharged. Who will be helping me with my recovery?" And they said, "You have to go to your doctor." And
yeah.
I was gobsmacked.
NHS.
I was gobsmacked. And everyone knows how difficult it's been getting help through your doctor. Luckily, we are making moves in the right decision, in the right way
Yeah.
now. Op courage and
Oh,
the covenant and
yeah.
the doc
Oh, Resolve, is it? The other one?
op resolve. I think that's for prisoners. I'm not entirely sure, or is that op fortitude?
It's
I know op
Fortitude.
courage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
op
Courage is
is
for
the main one.
physical. Yeah.
It
And
does all
mental.
sorts of things. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does all sorts of things. That's really your first point of contact. And if you need to get help elsewhere, then they will signpost you to wherever you need to go. But
Yeah.
thankfully, we've got this up and running now. So we are taking the right steps. It's taken a long time and a lot of suffering. And do you know what? The unfortunate thing is, a lot of people that needed help are not with us any longer.
Yeah.
And that's due
And
to
that's,
suicide
I
and
mean,
all that
that is terrible. I
terrible.
mean,
Yeah.
and that's one of the big things nowadays is it's unnecessary for veterans to go through it. And and I've been there myself. I mean, you feel isolated, you feel alone.
Yeah.
You're going through those dark times, the night sweats, the night
Yeah.
terrors, and you just don't know who to turn to, and and you seek help from your local doctor, and trying to get an appointment is the first hurdle. And one thing I will say is that, guys, if you're still serving when you come out, or if you're already out, make sure when you register at a doctor, tell them that you're a veteran, because that opens up a few extra doors. doesn't give you any privileges or anything extra, but what it does do, it opens up the doors where if you do need help, they will signpost you onto like Op Courage, where people know what you've been through, and that's a big key thing. It's there's no stigma involved in letting them know that you're a veteran, but it does open up those doors, and they there's an extra level in there that they can point you in the right direction for. So that is important, guys, and there is always somebody out there for you, and you don't have to be alone.
No, 100%. I went through Op Courage through my doctor. Finally, in the end, once I got Op Courage on board, I had a counselling within 6 weeks, and it went from strength to strength. Once I got my counselling, I think what it is every now and then, 4 or 5 years, you just got like a big bundle of string. You need to just get some counselling and just work it out. You need someone to help you work that out. And I got the counselling. Now I'm back up and running. I'm much better now. And I will say, if you want to check out my channel, it is Travelling Veteran. You can see it there. There is in the description below. If not, just search Travelling Veteran on YouTube or Facebook. I will be doing loads of videos on how veterans can help themselves. Trust me, I've been through it. I've suffered. I'm going to give you some of the shortcuts and some of the really good hints of how you can help yourself. And I'm going to share a bit of my backstory. It's already on there now. And also, we're not all about that. We're having some fun. As I said, we went to Gibraltar last year. All them videos are online. If you want to check them out, please do. We went to Thailand last year. Later on in the year, I'm also going to Mexico. So all that will be on the YouTube channel. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's a bit of a mix for everyone.
Brilliant. Well, I hope to do some more work with you, actually, Dean.
Brilliant.
I think we can do a lot of work together on this channel,
Definitely.
or our channels even. And I think it's an important thing that we're doing. I think it's important that we reach out to other veterans to let them know that we are out there for them, that they don't have to be alone in this journey, particularly when they're going through difficult times. Yeah.
Just remember that, guys. There's always somebody to help you.
Yeah.
Not as bad. Yeah. You might think it's bad, but there's always someone to help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't let the government get you down, and don't be another statistic. Fight against them and get the help when you need. Really do.
Yeah, there's just you can contact either of us. You'll see the links in the description. I've got to redo it. I don't know what I did. I pressed something and it didn't work. I must have pressed the go button. Yeah, technology. Yeah, I'm a techno biff at times.
Blame it on COVID.
Yeah, COVID. That did it. Terrific. Well, thanks so much, Dean. That's been brilliant chatting with you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the chat, and I really look forward to the next time we meet again. So thank you very, very much, Tim, and thanks for everyone watching. And hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, let's tie up some dates just after this, and we'll do it again.
Brilliant. Will do, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, wasn't that good? Hope you enjoyed that. Let other people know. If you've watched it live, go back and watch it again. and if you just caught it now, go back and watch it. It's a really fascinating chat that we've just had, and going to be doing a lot more work with Dean. I think we've got a really good connection there. So if you like that, boom, let us know. Watch his videos as well. I'm going to stick all the links in the description as soon as we get off of here. So until the next one, stay safe. Remember, stay low, move fast, and watch where you put your feet. Until then, TTFN. Ta-da for now.